My housing and utilities when I lived in Africa, 6-month student visa, January 2012 to June 2012. Today is Thursday, February 2025. I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm going to reflect on my housing and utilities from when I lived in Africa, when I was attending Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University in Port Elizabeth, Eastern Cape, South Africa, via a 6-month student visa, January 2012 to June 2012. Okay, so my housing, there were small brick buildings in this enclosure with a fence, an electric fence, and a door at the front that had a security guard. And each of the little brick buildings had 4 rooms, and we shared in two bedrooms were joined and had like a kitchenette area with no oven. There was like a hot plate and like a fridge and a sink, and then there was a bathroom, and that was shared between 2, and then there were 4, and they were all single story. There was no heat, there was no air conditioning. We did have running water, and we did have electricity, and we had to input the electricity ourselves. So like we were masters of our own grid, so to speak. So like it would go to so we'd go to like the gas station, and we'd buy a certain amount of electricity, and then we'd go back to our house and go to the electric panel and enter in the code, and that would be our electricity. And because heat was really, for the water, like the water tank heat was really expensive, we had a try and turn the electricity and heat off to the water heater when it's not in use, if one could. And then there was no heat nor air conditioning. And then there was no like big parking lot. There was spaces where you could pull up in front and get out of a car, but there was not a parking, like there was no parking at this residential facility. And then they also did not have laundry on site. So they had a system where we could take our laundry in a bag and we'd give it to them, and they would take and give it to other people, and then it would get brought back to us. And I think it would even get brought back folded. It was promoting local business. And so some people got frustrated with the laundry, so they would go to the laundry themselves. But I put my trust in the housing complex laundry system. But yeah, so it was really distributed. And there was the occasional baboon. So it was Africa, so there was the occasional baboon that would find its way onto one of the tops of the buildings. And there was a community pool that I never used. It was like a small, just kind of like decorative pool that one could not really swim laps in, though I think somebody tried at one point. So yeah, and if people were drunk, they liked it. But yeah, there we go. Those are all my housing and utilities when I lived in Africa. 6-month student visa, January 2012 to June 2012.